Everybody, David, Michael, Rongamer, Beth, Ray, Everett, Michael, Jason. How's it going, everybody? Whoo, what a day, what a day. At 4405, key level on the S&P 500. I'm telling you, very key level. So we've got what's on tap. We got Netflix and Tesla earnings coming up tomorrow. Hey, Sledge. Hey, Dawn. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning for some people. Happy Tuesday, Nikki. Glad to have you. And then we'll talk more about Q3 earnings coming up. Big bunch of earnings this week. And then we'll do 30 minutes of your requests. But hold off. Don't start now because I'll lose them in the chat by the time we get there. So just wait a minute. Just wait a minute. All right. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. We'll get to the requests in just a minute. So how's everybody doing? If you want to chat with me, this is the Henley Street Bridge. Henley Street turns into Broadway right down through downtown. This goes right by the big gold ball we usually look at right up there, up there. My hands disappear into the river. Yeah, so the big gold ball right there that I usually have on here, that's the Sun Sphere in Knoxville. This is the Henley Street Bridge. I grew up on this side of the river that we're on, and this looking downtown. I live on the other side of the river now. Live on the west side of the river. So, hey everybody. I guess north side, west side. I don't know. Grew up in South Knoxville, on the south side of the river, and now live in West Knoxville. Hey Craig, Brian, Dan, Hawk. Glad to have everybody. Now, if you want to chat with me like these fine folks, the button right down here, wherever it is, right there, the green button. Click that button, become a subscriber to the channel, and then a few minutes later, you can chat, just like living your best life, requesting tickers. So Ray, welcome. We'll get to tickers in just a minute. All right, let me go through a few things. And of course, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. I may never get it right again. Even though I get them right, I may never do it again. So it's kind of the way it rolls. And this presentation intended to be fun, really. I mean, some kind of entertainment, I hope. Informational, educational, fun. That's it. And it's not a recommendation to buy or sell any instrument out there. Don't buy options. Don't buy calls. Don't buy puts. Don't sell calls. Don't sell puts. Don't buy stocks. Don't buy futures. Don't buy cryptos. Don't buy Forex. Don't sell any of it. Be careful out there. Don't buy bonds. I mean, I can keep running down the list, but I think you get the point. Like, I'm not recommending you do anything. Now, take what you will. I mean, I'm just a dude predicting some stuff. I get it right a lot. You got to make your own choices. Own your choices, all right? Don't come back blaming me because you made bad choices. Go in with a plan, because it's not being wrong that costs you the money. It's staying wrong that costs you the money. If you desire personal financial advice, you got to hire and consult a financial advisor. All right. I think we're good. All right. That's the Henley Street Bridge, downtown Knoxville. Beautiful glass clear day that day. The football stadium, Neyland Stadium, is kind of like right off this picture. Just right back there, kind of behind where it says what's on tap. So, anyway, let's get going. Neyland. This is Neyland Drive right here. This road right along the river. And, yeah. Hey, Tara. Hey, Sven. Hey, Kevin. Glad to have everybody. All right, let's jump into it, shall we? So, like I said, coming up tomorrow, after the close, we have Tesla and Netflix. That's the big market movers of the week. Today, we've got United, Interactive Brokers, JB Hunt, Pinnacle, Wintrust, Omnicom. Tomorrow morning, ASML. That one's been on a bearish go. Is it going to get down to the target? I don't know. Procter & Gamble, PG, Morgan Stanley, Abbott Laboratories, U.S. Bank Corp, Elevance. That's a big hospital, I think, and hospital care facility. Then M&T Bank, Nasdaq, the market itself, going to report earnings. Ally, and then First Horizon used to be a Knoxville bank, used to be First Tennessee Bank. Now it's they got bigger aspirations. And like I said, tomorrow, Tesla, Netflix, Lam Research, Sands, Alcoa, usually looked at as being the kickstart of earnings, but they're kind of late. I mean, financial's been going for almost a whole week now. Discover, Columbia Bank, Zions. I mean, you'll see the rest here. There are even more next week, even more the week after. I think by the end of the month, certainly by the first week of November, almost all of the S&P 500 companies will have reported earnings. Almost all. Probably still a few stragglers in there that won't report till mid-November, but we're going to have most of the S&P 500 companies back out of their earnings blackout, back into doing share buybacks. Now, Q3, the actual Q3, we're now in Q4. Q3 was one of the lightest buyback quarters that we've had lately, interestingly enough. So let's jump into a little bit of market analysis, then I'll take requests. So give you just a little bit of where we're going, where we're at, where we've been, what's happening in the market. So let's jump down here at the ES right here. So today we came up on, you can't see it on this one. Let's go to the S&P 500 chart. S&P made a 5 up right into that high. This was a critical thing here. Coming off this low right back here from October 3rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right up into the high. If we do a 3-wave retrace, it could be pretty deep at this point. I lightened up on a lot of stuff that wasn't performing so far. So right there, we could come all the way back down to this level. I know nobody wants to hear this, I'm sure, at this point. But the good news is, if we come down here, come back down like this, right to here, find support, turn back higher, and break out above that high we struck today, right there, the correction's done. Like, that is very indicative of going higher, and we're probably coming all the way up here on the next run. So looks something like a little something like this: high, low, right up, probably 45.18, maybe even 45.84, all the way up there. So that's what we got cooking. All right. The link in the email takes you to October 3rd. I never write any emails, so I'm sorry, Carla. I don't write a single email. I didn't even know we sent an email. So anyway, so didn't the government limit buybacks on companies? Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, let's face it. They can buy back their stock if they want to, one way or another. I mean, there's no real limit. I mean, there's now a taxable thing where if you put a bunch of money in, you're going to pay tax on it. But I mean, does it really matter at the end of the day? Not really. I mean, they're gonna do what they do and cook the books and all the things. So anyway, yeah, paying before we can launch off. This looks like it may be. If we do that, it's going to be a powerful move up, and we could flush out tomorrow. That we could end up down here. So that is, we could do this tomorrow, and then Tesla earnings could be positive. So that is like a 2% pullback we could get. All right, be careful out there. I mean, that's upwards of 80 points we could be dropping down into that low. We could even wake up and be halfway there tomorrow pretty easily. I mean, look, we were just right there, 43.21 on Friday. So right there it is. That's kind of the, unfortunately, that's what it's looking like we might do, that move up. Now we could just break out here. Sure, we could. Just be careful. All right, be careful, be careful, be careful. Nasdaq, rolling through my list here, trying to think of what I was going to talk about next. Nasdaq. See, this is looking a little more bearish. That's why I'm like super cautious. We're a little bit under that roadmap line. Didn't make a higher high today. This one may get that final flush down. We may bring this one down and align everything here. Now, Russell, what I was looking at here was also, this looks kind of like a big 5 up right here, off that low to that high. That got really sparky today. and it looks like it needs a 618 retrace right back down here to 1750. If we do that, hold that, and start turning higher again, I'd probably get long, because we're probably going to go up to 2,000 on Russell. IWM, that would be the way to play that one. We get this retrace down to this 172, 173 area right in here. I've even got an alert already set there. You see 172.81. If we get a retrace into that area, it's probably going to be game on for going higher. Yeah, that looks, it's going to be one of those, you could make pretty good money. Now, you're going to have to be out the January or February, March, probably. It's going to take a little while. Probably take us through the new year. Alrighty. Moving on. Oil. Let's pop back up to a daily. Look at oil. I did actually liquidate my position this afternoon because it wasn't moving. I was a little frustrated with it. It was profitable. We were kind of chopping. Not a big fan of this. We could drop on down, retest that roadmap line. It's become a little less clear. It looks like we may want to go deeper again. Certainly could go on down into this $84 area. If we don't hold that, we're probably going down to the roadmap line again. So right down, same pattern. Same pattern on S&P, same pattern on Russell, same pattern on oil. Makes you wonder, is that what we're going to do? Gasoline, just messing around down here at the 1272, drifting back up to the 100. That usually, the pattern usually goes back up, and then we get the extension down to the 1618. That's good for paying for gas at the pump. Down to 209. You know, that's without tax. That's the futures wholesale price. Diesel fuel looking a little different. This one's looking a little more bullish, although we did hold the 618 here. If we break back down below the roadmap line, we're going on extensions lower. That is the support right down there, that orange box. But we could extend lower, and the extension lower could be, this is heating oil, by the way, aka diesel fuel. Could be down to 250 area if we break down below. Like, we'll find support right below it at the 250 area. Natural gas, if we don't hold that, like if we break back into that box, we're going probably back to the bottom. I don't care what time of the year it is. I don't care what season it is. Like, this thing has been just not, I mean, look, that was the range. I set this range in a few days back in February, or more, February into March of this year. Then we hung out there the rest, until the last 2 weeks. Made a little pop up. We can easily come right back down. I'm leery on this one. It looks like a fake breakout, and we could crush your hopes and dreams and come all the way back down to $2. Be careful on that one. Gold is working on a breakout, but so far holding that downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4 times we've tested this downtrend line, a lower high each time. If we can break out, we're probably game on for upwards of 21, maybe 2200. If we can't, we may go extend it on down to 1780, possibly even 1730. Silver, a little different path, not pushing above the roadmap line yet. Not really got the same kind of downtrend cooking. A little bit different path. Still underneath the watermelon seed squeeze. And not clear. Not clear. Hold off on request for just a minute. Hold off. We'll get to them in just a minute. Copper showing weakness. If we break below this support, it's been support once, twice, 3 times. These two very quickly. We break below this, we could see an avalanche down into this $270 area down here. Maybe like, where does that come from? Well, you just have to zoom the chart out right here. We made this high back here in March 2022. We dropped down correctively, rallied back correctively, and now we've been drifting off, looking kind of blue, and we may break down. So that's what we've got on copper. You may say there's no way the copper's going lower. Okay. You can fade me if you want to. Hey, Kimberly's here. Just be careful, all right? Be careful, be careful, be careful. Yeah, FNG will probably follow, but this may be a dip and rip type situation. We could dip, clear out that correction, and then go ripping off. Lumber just looking still weak. It may continue to lower. And let's hit on crypto, and then we'll circle back to your requests. So Bitcoin holding up at the top of the range here. Just below this consolidation. That was right to the target, oddly enough. Funny enough. We had some crazy news. You can say it's just a coincidence, but we tagged that 1272 and rejected back down to the 100. Next move up, 30,600 would be my expectation. If we're going to do it, we could retrace back to the roadmap line. So watch out. It doesn't have to go higher. It tagged that 1272. And I just happened to mention that the other day. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Surprises me even sometimes. I mean, it seriously does. Like, I mean, we hit both those 1272s. And then retrace back to the 100. I don't know. Maybe I get lucky. You tell me. Ethereum looking a little more bearish. Not really. That one looks like it needs to extend lower just a little bit. And let's pull up that futures chart that I have the target drawn on. It's right down here. Looks like we need one more push right down in this 1460 area. Right down there. I drew it all the way over here back in September. Still looks like we need that one more little flush. One more little flush. This thing can be all wrapped up. Crypto all neat, tied the bow. Everything's good. We can go higher. That would be beautiful. Can't wait. How about you? Can you wait? I can't wait. I'm super excited. Oh, look, Doge. And Dogecoin keeps being weak, not even showing any kind of strength at all. That's weakness, 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 weakness. Be careful chasing Doge. So, all right. Yeah, we got, she pretty much got the project done last week. They busted butt on that all week last week. And hopefully he gets that all done. And, all right. That's pretty much the highlights, the general broad market, diving through everything. If you got requests, now's the time. So Mara's not going anywhere without Bitcoin. And let's see. I'll try to hit some tickers. So the ticker request game. You can request a ticker, give somebody else a chance to go, and then you can go again. All right. So just give everybody a chance to catch up. Wing stop. And they just opened one of these like 3 miles from my house. But they cook in soybean oil, so can't eat there because Kimberly kill Kimberly. Anyway, look at that beautiful move right up to. Look at that. Look at this big dip, run right up and touch the 1272, then retrace back down almost to the 618 support level where we consolidated right there. Building strength again. That one does us no good. We may run out to 262, but keep that target on in your mind, back of your mind there. Go from this high to this low. 240, 265. Yeah. Okay. Got some confluence right up there. You may see a move right up in this area on Wingstop. But we'll have to break above this little consolidation right there. That's resistance. Resistance going higher. We get above that. Probably coming up here to a new all-time high. All right. Running through. ABT. Living your best life. What a YouTube name. Are you a YouTuber? Living your best life now? You have a channel too? And that looks pretty bearish. Down to the 1272 on the downside. Watch out for this to retrace here. And get continuation lower. 85 probably support. Could rally up to the roadmap line. If we get above the roadmap line, could change the tune of this, but right now that would be the primary expectation. Alrighty. Walmart. That's the chart of the week right there. Walmart. Do you follow me on Valerie? You should be in Discord. That's the chart of the week. Nothing changed. Beautiful setup. 69, possibly 74. I posted it on X. I sent an email, or I don't know. I don't know what all I did. I know I posted it on X. I put it in Discord, and right there it is. It's chart of the week. Look at this baby. Head right up here. 69, 169. I haven't bought shares. So, next one down, Mara. Mara, as I said, Mara's not going without Bitcoin. Just churning around. This is kind of, this gives me pause. Like, so when you look at Mara, you look at Riot, you look at BTBT. What do you notice? Nothing's doing what Bitcoin's doing, right? So it's either one, everybody thinks that Bitcoin is doing a fake move, or two, shorts are killing these guys, and it's just a ticking time bomb before we get a squeeze that pops these suckers. Very big. So, which one it is, I don't know. And saying a fake move on Bitcoin, well, it's been up there for 2 days. BTC USD didn't drop back. I mean, it tried today, held that breakout. It tried. Look right here. It tried to get back into that. See where we topped. Popped up. Tried to come back down into it. Nope. Rejected right back up. That's indicative of we're going to see continuation. Don't bet against Bitcoin right now. Be very, very careful. So Mara could be just. We could be. They could be holding it down for the expiration this Friday. Big monthly expiration. The number of calls that are written and short puts possibly. It's could be an options thing with that's option number 3. Could be an options play. Riot, BTBT, but all of these crypto miners, all these Bitcoin miners, all kind of just sitting there. Haven't really participated with the move up in Bitcoin. It's very curious. Even MSTR just holding a lot of Bitcoin, and then Hood holding more Bitcoin than MSTR holds. Not really rallying, even though we're seeing Bitcoin pop up. So this is curious right here. Maybe a huge opportunity. Even Coin wasn't doing a whole lot. So this is like it's an anomaly in the crypto market. Is Bitcoin going to come back down, or are all these going to pop here in a couple days? In the next the next couple days. Bah. Spit it out. All right. EOG. That one right there. Target right there, 140. Nothing changed. That's a little late on the conservative entry, but that's in the neighborhood. We break out. That's right up there. If we crush back down below the roadmap line, it's gonna be no bueno. We need this to pop on up. 140, 147. And FNGU would follow this is a leveraged ETN. For God's sake, be careful on leverage. Be careful. This is leverage and leverage instruments, you know. This is support right here. This one almost did that retrace I was talking about right here. It's almost completed this retrace. We hold this and break out up through this target 250, 283. Now, I warn about leverage because there's 4 things that don't follow my patterns. Leverage being 1. Low price stuff, under $10. That's number 2. Biotech, pharma, medtech, whatever you call it, pharma medtech. Doesn't really follow my patterns all the time. In fact, they blow it out all the time. So we've got leverage stuff, small price stuff, biopharma, China. That's 4 things that I caution about not following the patterns. And this one is leverage. So for God's sake, be careful, man. Be careful. The account you save may be your own. This is a downtrend right now. We're holding the downtrend. We break out, can be positive. Do have that resistance right there. We get above it, probably going on up. I don't remember who said we were going to 130 before we go to 250, but so far, it's a draw. We haven't gone down to 130. We haven't broke out to 150. I mean 250. So we are closer to 130 though. Alrighty. CCL. Carnival Cruise Lines is probably coming back in a blaze of glory. Getting below support, no bueno. We get below 11, then we have support at 9. We get below 9, we could very well go lower low than the 6 we saw back here in October a year ago. Got support right there where we are. Right there. We got to hold that. If we don't hold that, I mean, maybe like, well, duh, if we don't hold it, we're going lower. But yeah, that can be a substantial lower. So caution on that one. It does not have to turn higher. ELF just kind of died. Went down to the roadmap line, just been hanging out. It can get its crap together, go higher again. Resistance right up here around 123. Target 151, 166. My options probably going to go out for a big fat 0. Just kind of sat on a couple calls, watched it fade away. Alrighty. Wow, that's a bunch of requests. I'll get caught up here in a minute. And HD. Nothing. Sideways. No pattern. I mean, look. It took a great opportunity and crushed the hopes and dreams of going higher. We have now started a watermelon seed squeeze. Right there. Right there. Probably play around in here. Which way did it come into it? I'm not sure exactly. Did it come into it this way? So this is the retrace, and then we get continuation lower. That's kind of what it looks like at this point, because we were way up here. We came down, A, B, C, D, E. The next rally could be it, and then we could get a swift acceleration lower. A, B, C, D, E. Yep. Be careful. If we turn down there, we could go down. And these things tend to go about the size of that. So it could be down to 225. We bounce up on resistance, break down, watch out. All right, that's Home Depot. X. Beautiful. Right to just shy of the 1272. Right there at 34. If we get to 34, probably come back down to 31 and then work its way up to 38. Retest the prior high. Then we'll see what happens. So far, this is either a nested bullish pattern, if we can get all the way up to 38 and then turn down, or it's corrective and we're going to drop on down. I'm not sure which one it is at the moment. It's very overlappy. Overlappy is not good for going higher. That was rather bullish, so this looks like it's corrective. We may get a third leg down. This may have been the first leg. Second kind of overlappy, choppy chunk, and then we get a third leg that matches this first one. right back to the low at 16 before we can get out of this funk. There you go. That's US Steel. And I did ABT for you. TLT is in the garbage. And talking about a dumpster fire. Whew. Is that today? Close 85. Whew. Tell you what. Remember that pattern I was talking about? Rally back up. 81 to be support, but gosh darn, man. I wasn't trying to pick the bottom. You gotta wait. Like, can it go lower? Yeah, they can make lower lows than we've ever seen since it's been trading. Fed's out there this week talking about raising rates. So why would you invest in a 20-year bond? Think about it. Why would you invest in a 20-year bond now when you can invest in a 20-year bond after they raise rates and get paid more? Be careful. LMT. This was so close to breaking out. Been rejecting the roadmap line, though. That is a bearish sign. Be freaking careful, all right? If this turns down, we can go... But there's wars. Yeah. Watch a war turn into a move down to 378. Be careful. That's telling you something's up. Rejecting going higher. Be careful. Tesla. Yeah, you want to talk about Tesla? There's not much to talk about. I mean, it's reporting earnings. This is a watermelon seed squeeze. And as we talked about last night, wrongover. Caution. Is this, did we come into it here? That's A, B, C, D, E, pop? I don't know. That's the way it kind of looks. So, clear up some of these fib lines. Jump back to the actual price. So the way we've come into this, we did a big rally into this, then we did this corrective bull crap. And A, B, C, D, E. If that's the E, it's the same exact thing as I just did a minute ago, except popping out the top. Can take us up to that 375 area, potentially. Be careful. Earnings are tomorrow. What's going to happen? I don't know. Could it result in a breakdown and then a rip? Yeah, it could. We could dip and rip. So, careful on Tesla. Tesla, 10-year bond. I don't know about a 10-year bond. Let's see, DGN. Let's see. I've got the... You want to talk about treasuries or bonds? Like 5-year notes, 10-year notes. I mean, look. 10-year T-notes. That's the roadmap pattern right there. How low does she go? Right there, 103.27. And it did that, like bounced off the 1272, came back to the 100, pushing on down. That's the target. Right there. And 103.24, 327, somewhere in that neighborhood. You can let me know if that's not what you wanted. JB, GS, Goldman Sachs. Was there that earnings today? Yeah, beating on the top, beating on the bottom, and not do anything. That's a chart. It can't beat the, can't get ahead. Just can't get ahead. Bearish chart parked at the bottom. They may be sitting on a bunch of net open loss. Now, Bank of America just reported their biggest earnings ever. Best Q3 ever in the history of Bank of America. Look at this chart. This looks just horribly bearish. I mean, it's ripe for continuation lower. Even with claiming $26 billion in net open losses, writing down loans to zero, they still had their best Q3 earnings ever. Beating on the top, beating on the bottom. $25 billion in earning and reported revenue. Even with the $26 billion write down, it still looks like crap. Be careful. Something's up in the financials and the market's warning you. All right. So MS still has earnings to come tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. Watch out. We got down to the target. We could push one more down to 76. All right. CLS. And that one's beautiful. Going higher. Breaking out past the 4236. Let me turn on. Gotta turn on my super extension. I don't even see. It's weird. The JT ones. Standard JT. Oh, there it is. 686. Man. 3367 is the next potential move right there. It's like a 1% move right there without getting a retrace back to the roadmap line. 1% of things will go from the roadmap line all the way up to the 686 without coming back to the roadmap line. Beautiful. Cane. CANE. Is that sugar? Was that the cane you're looking for? Or is it something else? Sugar cane? I like SB better. Let's see. Is that on my list? Yeah, right here. This is a better chart to look at sugar. If you want to look at sugar, it's more complete. Potentially going to break out to 28, possibly 30. That's like dollars per 100 pounds. So doesn't look good for sugary drinks. You know, you couldn't tell. Sugar is certainly not suffering from the GLP-1 stuff like McDonald's, Coke, Pepsi. I mean, sugar not participating in this. Kind of interesting. CCJ. Yeah, finally getting a retrace after hitting the 3618. Similar size. Let's see what we got target wise. Highest high, lowest low. 1618. Watch out for that one to come back to the roadmap line. Could hold right here and go for the next fib, 47. So you've got support right where we are. If we get below that, right here, next level down. If we get above that prior high, got resistance at 47 and 51. Right up here. Right up here. At some point, it's likely to come back to the roadmap line, though. Just what it typically does. There you go. That's CCJ. NOC. That looks 100 times better than LMT. Which one looks better? This one looks better. Now, just a few days ago, we're potentially going to come up here, retrace back down, hold that breakout level. That's a breakout level. Hold that breakout level, and then turn higher, run out to 600. That's what it potentially looks like right there. There you go. That's the levels to watch on NOC. Yeah, it keeps rocking. It's got a ways to go though, and a lot of resistance right there at the top. Be careful. It's probably gonna rock right up to there, find resistance, and then we'll see what happens. It's like a brick wall right there. I mean, look, hit it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then pew, into the toilet. Can it get back up there? I don't know. It also has a gap fill right there. That'll be resistance. That'll be like Netflix. That came up just shy. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And Meta got up there, and it's like it's been there for a couple months now. Working on getting through. That gap fill, a lot of resistance. Oh, that one's actually starting to do it. Beautiful. Starting to work on softening it up, getting up through there. If we can break out, we'll probably see it rally right on back up to the prior high at 384. I didn't even see it. Meta was next. UEC, that's funny. Funny to me. UEC looks like we may get a retrace back down to the roadmap line. That kind of looks a little bearish. This one may come up to here and like this. And we may, just maybe, we may see this drift back down like this. Doesn't have to. We could go on an extension. Always could go on an extension. So the upside, $6, $6.40. Remember what I said about stuff under 10? My preferred weapon of choice is URA, and even that one looks like it's coming back down. This is the new metal, more fun metal than copper at this point, but looks like it's going to retrace back to the roadmap line. It's been a little while. That was a heck of a move. It's a 2618. Took a lot of energy to do that. Come back to the roadmap line, recharge, retest, recharge, and then we can go on a breakout potentially. Yeah, 1618. We'll put it back to the high at 350, 3150. Excuse me. But say all the numbers. So, yeah. Anyway, maybe that didn't help you. Maybe it did. I don't know. Let's see. Earnings in AM. Yep. Fast. Fast and all. I covered that one. 60 resistance back to the 100, and then maybe out to. It has a couple different layers here of things going on. We popped up, blasted up here. Before it goes down there. Popped up, hit that resistance back to the 100. Classic pattern. We go up to the 100, or up to the 1272, back down to the 100, and then the next target up would be the 1618 at 62. 62. Then if we can break 62, probably come up to that all-time high 66. Or no, that's a projection. It's not the all-time high, that's a projection. All-time high is right there at 64. That's a projection off of the low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. If wave 1 and wave 5 are the same, that would be 62. If this is a bullish move, then it'll probably retrace back down to the 52 area, and then we could get a much, much, much bigger move. How much bigger, JT? We're talking huge. If this comes back down, if this gets up to 66, comes back down to 52, we could be looking for We'll move up to 90 on the next go. Look at this. Possibly 104. Maybe like a double your money right there. Buy at 52 out of 104. You just sit on it for 2 years. Beautiful. CLS. Anthony, when you follow the rules, one request, please. Let somebody else go. CLS right there, same target. Baidu is nothing. It's just sideways. There's support. There's resistance. Stuck in the middle. It was a short up here. Now, maybe a long. I don't know. Sideways is the name of the game. If it starts breaking support, maybe lower. 107 and 92 are the downsides there. It's up to you. TTD did not get into the S&P 500. Crushed the hopes and dreams. They went with Lulu. So it was hyping up on possibly getting listed and then didn't, and now it's looking like watermelon seed squeeze situation. That could go higher. I don't know. It's not very clear, whatever that is. It's a B wave of some sort, but is that the A, B, C, D, E, and we go lower? Like, was this the first move down into it? That's wrong, if you're still here. I told you there's the other way to look at it. The other way is this was the A wave. This is the B wave. The A, B, C, D, E, and then we break down and go down. If you can't see that, let's circle back real quick. Like, grab the Elliott wave tool out of the. This would be the A. This would be the B, wherever we end up, and then the C comes down here. So this would be the. Out of the B wave, this is A, B, C, D, E, ending up right here. If you're unfamiliar with complex corrective waves, it goes like this. A, B, C, D, E, like that. And then we get the C wave, and the C wave would be the same size as the A wave. Where this stuff comes from, right down there, 186. So does it break out? Does it break down? Is this the A, B, C, D, E? I don't know. A, B. That's it can be either one. And that's why I hate these, because it could be this one or it could be that one. I don't know. It all depends on if this is the higher degree A or if this is the A of the correction. And that's the same thing with TTD. Like this looks like this was probably the A wave. So this is the A, B, C, D, E. And then we're going to break down with a move that goes like this and come down to this area. We'll see. All right. Cost. This one had a big, sounds like A, B, C, D, E. I don't know which way it, like that may not even be a triangle. I don't know. It could be just a nested bunch of corrective stuff. But it looks like it's breaking out. Whatever it's doing, potentially going to go up finally. 666 and 737 are the upside targets. If it can get out of this consolidation, it's been holding this high for, gosh, once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6. Having a lot of trouble breaking that prior high. Then it's probably going to have trouble breaking this 611 high too. If it can, upside target 666 and 737. AMD. I went long AMD earlier on the potential breakout bounce that I talked about this morning. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the morning show. That was a retrace when we held and we popped back up, and I went long, and looks like we'd be headed up to this 144, possibly 150 area up here. Still have resistance at this double top 112 area right there. Unity. Still on a corrective move. Still got a little lower to go. Got close yesterday. Dang. Look at that. Oh, you know you want to go down to 26. And then if it does the head and shoulders thing, down to 23, 22. Little baby head and shoulders. Little baby shoulders compared to the head. Watch that one. Now, it can complete anywhere down in here. It doesn't have to go low or low. But yeah, it's kind of found a little support right there. It may crush on down. If it holds here, breaks back above. Like, this is your first indication we get above these little highs right here. It's your first indication that we're going back above the roadmap line, or at least up to the roadmap line. Then this is actually somewhat of an up channel. See how it's a channel? Like high, low. Probably going back up to this 55 area. We start breaking above here. Looks likely that we would go right up like that. LW. Hey, Goose. Got done flying. LW still on the corrective path. Bounced off of the roadmap line. That's the target area right down there. Can we go higher? Sure, we can go higher out of here, but that's the support right there. Roku. Oh, let's see. Got below the roadmap line. Support down at 61. Yeah, look, it bounced off the 127, came back up to the 100. Next one down, 61.50. It's not magic. It's just the same pattern. I always look for this pattern. Holy moly, Etsy may be turning the corner. I do have a bigger pattern potential down to 45, but after that move, that was right up to the 1618. Got just a little overachiever on it, a little bit past it. Probably gonna come back up to the roadmap line. Probably big bunch of resistance right there. Roadmap line will probably come on down. Watch for that to come back in that area, right up around there. We hold that and turn down, lower targets. So watch for that to happen. Or we could finally break out. Come back, retrace, retest, and go higher. That's the two potentials right now that I see. That took a lot of energy to drop, so probably retrace back up a little bit before we drop again. If we're going to drop again. My spots. I actually liquidated off of this today. I was up just a little bit and closed it out. I'm not sure. I don't like that just continuing sideways. We're not breaking out above the high. Just not doing anything. Sideways. In the box. Until such point, it would break out or break down. Out would be good. Down is becoming more likely the longer we sit here sideways. I mean, really, we've been sideways for all of September, all of October at this point. Just doing nothing. It's a bummer. I hate it when a good stock messes it up by doing bull crap. All right. GILD, I'm quite a bit behind. GILD could be bouncing, but I'd be cautious. Right up to that resistance. It was resistance there, support there. Turn resistance, resistance, resistance. Can we get above it? I don't know. Biotech pharma, be careful. Doesn't always play. Doesn't always chooch. MSFT. That was the chart of the week last week. And hasn't fired off yet. Oh, need to remove that. We get above that resistance, and it's game on for 381, 401. I am long a few shares, not big, just 4 or 5 shares. Maybe, well, maybe 1 share. 1 or 2 shares. I don't know. Just a couple shares, not much. I don't have a lot of money. I haven't been doing this long enough to have a lot of money. All right. Fed now, Vancouver. Why would Fed now or Fed coin be spooking Bitcoin? Tell me that, PD. Wow, that's not even a real thing. Fed now is not a coin that is going to be issued to people. That's an interbank coin, and there is no Fed coin at this point. So, mRNA, I don't think it has anything to do with Bitcoin. mRNA, Moderna continuing down. They're thinking about banning mRNA vaccines. I don't know if you've seen that news. Be careful. I could crush the hopes and dreams of mRNA and BioNTech or whatever. All right. TBT. Right there. Launching up. Next resistance, 46. Came up to the 1618, back to the 100. 46. Same pattern. Same pattern I keep going through. You don't see it. Zoom it up. Look, out to the 1618, back to the 100. Right up there. Next target. On the move. Right there. Would I bet on more than that? Nope. After doing that, it's highly likely to come back to the roadmap line. And maybe the end of it. We'll see. HD already did. And BOA already did. KMB. And Kimberly Clark getting whacked. Wrong fib. And 114. Came close. Got a little shot. Always go conservative. These are like, even though they're lines on the chart, they're like fuzzy zones like this. So basically, it kind of hit that. Came back to the 100. It may extend down 105. It's either going to do that, or it could come back to the roadmap line. There you go. FCX, Foxtrot, Charlie, X-Ray. Looks like sideways piece of garbage. Just not doing anything. Had lots of potential, but just not doing anything. Just not doing anything. Look. That's turned into a watermelon seed. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, gosh. That's gnarly. Okay, so this was potentially a 5-wave up. This is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That has set it up for... I can see it. A, B, and C would be up. Potentially taking it up there. Then although that could have been the A. Dang. Now I'm like... So this could have been the... This could be the A, B, C, D, E. Could be early in this correction. And it'd be headed down there. That's why I hate these. Like you don't know if this is the first one, and then this starts the B, or if that was the first one, and this whole thing's the B. That looks impulsive, but this looks all corrective. That's corrective down, corrective up, corrective down. There's the market back open at 6 o'clock. And TGT. I don't have live futures, so I can't look. I can't bring that up. So. Don't have live futures on this chart. Target got right down to the target. Can we find support and go higher? I don't know. There's nothing, no high probability anything right now. No high probability extension, no high probability reversal, no high probability anything. Don't mess with this right now. This is completely off my radar until it sets something back up. And it's going to be a while. And it's going to have to get above the roadmap line or up to the roadmap line and turn down again to give high probability to lower, kind of like we did over here. And that took a while. You see it kind of rode the roadmap line and then crushed out to the targets. Target for target. And there's just nothing. Just nothing. DHT. I mean, you can chase it all you want, but there's no high probability anything it's going to do. So at this point, it's kind of gambling as far as how I look at charts. DHT has resistance right there at 11. This is like borderline 10, 11. Be careful. 12 and 13 are the upside targets. And, well, need to go to the lowest low. So right there, 13, 14 now. That's like 70% likely to go to 13. It drops down to like 40% likely to go to 14 before visiting the roadmap line again. And did cost, did MSTR, VRT. If I miss something, you can just pull the slider back on the bottom of the video right down here. You can just pull that back and rewind. VRT looks like she's probably going to come back down to the roadmap line. That is way extended. Could go up to 53. I'd give odds to coming down before going higher. That's like 1% move right there to go to 53 without coming back to the roadmap line. XLK. And back to the roadmap line. Potentially going to bounce. Oh, already got it. Just took it a minute to draw all the stuff on their chart. There. Resistance got a 3. High downtrend going. Got to break above that. Got to break above the 618. 186, 193. If it doesn't, watch out. It can channelize and continue this downtrend. That low, that low, that low. Kind of keep coming down this thing. So, COR. Potential for that to go higher. It's at a conservative entry now for going to 200. Yeah, it looks reasonable. Reasonable 200, 208. Nike has still been looking at potential reversal back up the roadmap line. We'll see if it can break up or if it breaks down. I drew that a little while ago. Will we bounce right there, come back up here, possibly turn down again? I don't know. It looks like it wants to go on the extension lower. Could that be the reversal that we've been waiting for? It could. Kind of saved right at a critical level to save. If we break back above the high, probably come up to 159. Not quite a new high, but nothing high probability at this point till we get another retrace and hold a higher low. Then we set up something more higher probability on Nike. Right now with one just big blah off the low, Resistance is right there at 106, and then up here in this box. Amazon or Google. Amazon's right there, bouncing off the roadmap line, potentially going higher. There's the, got resistance right here. Targets up there, 151, 159, nothing's changed. Google has resistance, draw right there. That high, then this high, break above that. It's 174, probably retrace the 100. Then we can go out to the 1618, up around 200. There you go, that's Google for you. DAL. That looks pretty horrible. In the supports, need to hold that. If we get below 31, probably going down to 21. Get below that level right there. That prior low. Watch out below. Otherwise, if we can break back above the roadmap line and go on extensions, but not looking too sparky right now. And Brazil's been making ethanol out of sugar. TTD, we already did. And mRNA. Google already did. Yeah. All right. There you go. So I think I hit everything. Only ones, Apple. Wrap it up some of my favorites here. Apple's got, let's get rid of that. This little guy cooking. See, we see this in several tickers. That little downtrend, gotta break above it. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Came back to the roadmap line. If we can break out, get through the 618, 206, 216. Possibly going for the bigger extension out to 220. Right there. All right. CNQ. Picking up the last one here. Yeah. Choppy. God, that's volatile. Look at that volatility. Makes an incremental move, 69, then probably retrace back down to 60 again. Yeah, no problem. Glad to have everybody. And throw in some other favorite metals. Palladium going in the toilet. Look at that. Ouch. Platinum also going in the toilet. Yeah, platinum hadn't been this cheap in years. Golly. I mean, well, we had this little dip here, but not overly positive for platinum going higher. We use that in catalytic converters. So anyway, if I said anything that was beneficial, helped you out today, give you a review on your stock, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning for 30 minutes of awesome, or for Morning Monster. This was 30 minutes awesome. So I'll see ya. Chemkey. I don't know what Chemkeo is. Miko. CCJ. Is that what you're talking about? Looks like CCJ to me. There you go. Anyway, that is 6:09, longer than an hour. So hope everybody had a great time. Like I said, I'll be back live about 9:15 in the morning. The Morning Monster. We'll find out what's moving in the markets. Check out some of these earnings maybe. See if any of these banks are moving. Talk more about Netflix, Tesla coming up. And then on Thursday morning, we'll actually see the results of all this stuff. So see these in the morning. ASML, PG, Morgan Stanley, Abbott, whatever. Bank Corp, Elevance, MT Bank, Nasdaq, Ally, First Horizon, and a lot more. This is just the top ones. So thanks, Earning Whisperer. And have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later. Yeah, CCJ was the right one. Kamiko right there.